In this week's Coast News, there are two stories about the Parkdale ICE arrests. So one of them is about the arrests themselves, and I'm sure many of you saw some of the video footage of the man being pulled out of his truck with his 8-year-old daughter watching near a school. But the other story is the one I want to tell you about. It's about the 400 plus residents of Encinitas who showed up to the city council meeting that just happened to be that night. And I want to tell you this because the city council was not immediately interested. Maybe one of them, but it was not urgent to them. But the crowd there, which filled the chamber, which filled the additional room to the chamber, which filled the corridor and went outside the front door, the crowd was having none of that. People were saying, we are scared. You are our government. We really want you to do something. In fact, one of the best speeches, I think it was Jeremy, said, hey, we could bring together 400 plus people in just a few hours. Surely you can do something. And I think this is important because a lot of people feel they can't do anything. And even the city council was saying, well, this is a federal thing, go to your congressman. But the crowd pushed and pushed and pushed. And to the council's credit, they actually listened. They could hear that people were scared and that we considered them our local leadership. And they actually came up with a whole list of things they moved to do. A Know Your Rights campaign in English and Spanish to help the community know that you can't just pick people up without a judicial warrant, for example, and that we should ask people for identification. And then they were looking at the possibilities of safe zones around schools and looking at the masking laws and looking at the cities that are challenging all these actions. Whole lot of things, including changing their website, which they've actually done. And it was very empowering to know that because this video went round, because people belong to networks, people join things, people talk to each other, and then show up and vocalize. There were 38 people wanted to speak, and most of them did. And a high school girl, a teacher, a father walking by with his children, his child and other children that he picked up and took away so they didn't have to see the scene and had to explain it to them. And this is community in action. So I want to say to you the same thing that we said to the city council. Do something. Join something. Now, whatever your value base is, if you're perfectly happy with how things are going with these ICE abductions, of course don't do anything. But if you're not happy, do something. There was retaliation. There was an additional ICE arrest. There's a lawsuit because of the city council taking this emergency action. But hey, we did something. We have leaders, and whatever you belong to, please tell them if you need some help, some support. Together, we are the people.